that wraps up this series of an introduction to Corticon.js for dynamic forms. All of the resources that we've been covering are available within the GitHub page at github.com/Corticon, specifically underneath the Corticon.js samples repository in the dynamic forms folder there. As a brief summary of what we've covered and the real value here, what we've been doing is building out rules within Corticon Studio generated into JavaScript that is then read from by the same shell, so to speak, the same client-side component renderer, what we call the CSC, so that we can have a complete disentanglement between the front-end developer in charge of the rendering and the styling of the actual form itself, and the person who is most familiar with the ins and outs of how and what data must be accrued in order to make a business decision. So we can update each independently of one another while continuing to be completely interoperable using any number of different forms within the same rendering template, and any number of templates can run the same form logic. So that's really, in a nutshell, a big takeaway from Corticon, and one of the major values is the distinguishing between the developers and the business users, the distinguishing between the people who know the policy and the people who run the IT, the software, the architecture that makes that business logic run and hum.